SABC News reporter Nhlamulo Mabasa is covering the search for the missing member of the SANDF in the Nkomazi River in Komatipoort in Mpumalanga. Another SANDF member was recovered yesterday. Nhlamulo joins us now for an update this hour. So, Nhlamulo, give us the latest from where you are this moment and what are the authorities prioritizing as the search resumes this morning?
Good morning, Cholis, and good morning to our viewers at home. We are still at the scene where the search is continuing. It's controlled with time and everything, Cholis. Our viewers will forgive us at home. But now we will welcome the person leading this operation, the search, the diving, and everything that has to do with water and recovery of the member of the SANDF, Captain Potgieter from the SANDF.
Inland water policing.
Thank you. Let's maybe start.
Okay, we apologize there for the breaking sound and visuals. As you heard there from our Nhlamulo Mabasa, says that this is a moving story. And as we stay with these live pictures coming out of Komatipoort this morning, you can see search teams are already hard at work along the Nkomazi River. The area remains calm but focused, as you just heard at the start of that chat there. And there's a quiet determination as members of the South African National Defence Force, emergency personnel and local authorities coordinate their efforts this hour after the search was paused overnight due to limited visibility, is what we were told. And the river itself, as you saw there, still moving with some force, and that's part of what makes this operation so challenging. I think that's also what Nhlamulo was going to tell us now with the search and rescue expert there joining her. And even from these images, you can get that sense of a complexity with navigating this terrain in particular. As you can see there, we can see thick vegetation along the banks, uneven ground, and current that doesn't always cooperate is what we're also seeing there. But we also saw a bit of reinforcement also being brought on in the form of a crane that we heard Nhlamulo Mabasa talk about. As you can see, teams continue and pacing themselves carefully as they continue combing through key areas identified earlier in the search. And we are told that multiple search techniques have also been deployed for today. Nhlamulo will further expand on that. Let's hear about those search efforts as they continue.
If we can do that, then we're going to pull it out that way.
In such operations, because you have years of experience in such work, how difficult is it to retrieve, and rather the challenges when it's beyond its capacity?
Difficult. If you look at that vehicle there, that vehicle was washed away. So you put a man there, then you can see no man will be able to stand there. So that is the problem, because the water, like I said, that vehicle weighs 2 tons. It washed it off. So a man of 80, 90, 100 kilos, if he goes into that stream, he'll wash down and we'll go and find him downstream somewhere. So it's extremely difficult, and also the rocks are slippery. So you can't stand and work there. Yeah. You know, when they swing the diver over, the moment his feet hit the ground, that the stream will start washing him down. When the water is strong like that, it's extremely, extremely difficult to do anything. You have to work against the force of that water the whole time.
Do you know
Okay, that's Nhlamulo Mabasa, our reporter, still on the scene there. As you heard there, we're told that multiple search techniques have since been deployed today. That conversation is back on. Let's listen in.
If there's a lack of communication between the crane operator and the man in the water, it's
Okay, that's the conversation there with our very own Nhlamulo Mabasa, who's still on that scene where the search continues for the missing SANDF member. As you just heard, this moment, we've been told that multiple search techniques have been deployed, including boats, trained divers and aerial support where needed, as you saw that chopper that was hovering there. You might have also noticed that the teams are busy regrouping every now and then, and that's to reassess strategy as the natural conditions shift throughout the morning, is what we're also hearing from that conversation with Nhlamulo. It's also a reminder that while experience and preparation matter, nature always has the final say in how operations like this unfold, which is what we have been hearing. As you can see, those raging rapids there also sort of placing a spanner in the works there for those authorities that are hard at work now in those search efforts. And what we're also seeing here, we've also been told that there's been lots of engagement, where we heard that residents, as well as many of the authorities that have gathered there, as well as, you know, taking us through some of the strategies that some of those authorities have implemented since those search efforts resumed at about 9 a.m. this morning. We continue to keep a very close eye on the story for you as it continues to unfold right here on the agenda. We'll endeavor to get Nhlamulo Mabasa, our reporter who's working the story for us, back on the line as she was chatting there with Captain Johannes Potgieter, who's the Inland Police Servicing and Diving Services manager there, just explaining how complex this whole search effort is at this current stage. In the meantime, also, let's bring you up to speed with news just in. We've just been told that 5 people have died on the N1 near the Wolmanstal Bridge outside Pretoria after the vehicle they were traveling in crashed into a bridge. The cause of the crash is not yet known. Gauteng Traffic Police spokesperson Silo Maremane has advised motorists traveling on the N1 southbound in the vicinity of Maryhill and Wolmanstal advised to use the R101 Varambat Road there. And this is a developing story. We'll continue to keep an eye on it for you right here on the agenda.